Thank you for joining me for Cold Counter. In this episode, I'll be teaching you how to stop feeding Camille in my ranked games. So when it comes to countering a champion that's already been picked in-game, you first need to identify where that champion draws her strength. With Camille, she draws that power from two primary categories. First, her unique mix of damage, and secondly, her ability to subjugate a single target. So when it comes to her damage, I first want to explain what makes her damage so difficult to deal with. When an enemy is out of control, who has a lot of true damage, like Olaf or Aurelia, when you're a bruiser or a tank, you build a lot of HP, health. When an enemy that has max health damage is out of control on the enemy team, you build a bunch of resistances. What makes Camille so hard to deal with is that if you build a bunch of resistances, her true damage will pierce right through you. And if you build a bunch of health to counter her true damage, her max health damage will deal more damage to you. So it makes her very difficult to itemize against. That being said, there are two items that you can buy if she gets out of control, or you just want to focus your build on ensuring that she deals as little damage as possible to you. And that would be Death's Dance and Phantom Dancer. Death's Dance for the 15% reduced damage SDOT, and of course Phantom Dancer for the 12% reduced damage. Both of these will not feed either one of her abilities and will give you a bit of tankiness to survive. Other than that, you can buy the regular items you would, just know that you will likely not be able to 1v1 her if you're not building directly against her. So when it comes to her ability to subjugate a single enemy, your best strength there is going to be coordinating carefully to make sure she doesn't get on top of the vital target, i.e. the ADC. When she comes in with her grappling hook, save your mobility for her second proc on her E, when she starts coming at you, and then dodge it right before she lands. That way she'll miss her stun and her gap closer will already be finished. Her ulti has a relatively low activation range, so if you're max auto attack distance from her, you should be alright and she won't be able to ult you without flashing or finding some way to get on top of you. When you're running away from her, definitely avoid her slow. That would be the second ring outside of her W. That is a slow, it'll be useful for getting on top of you. When you're laning against Camille, watch for the indicator for her second Q proc. It'll look something like this. So a common trade that she'll do is she'll Q first on a minion to last hit. Then she'll walk up to you with the speed boost for her second Q proc, and then on her way out she'll W to slow you and keep you from continuing the trade with her. So definitely watch for that and step away. It'll take 3 seconds for the Q to reset and then go back to farming as usual. In summary, when it comes to teamfighting, cover your ADC. Make sure to save your mobility until after she already tries to go in on top of you. And then of course, once she's missed, focus her down. Remember that if she's dead, she can't kill anyone. One more thing worth noting is that if you see her picked on the enemy team, try to pick someone with a displacement, like Tristana, Vayne, Lee Sin, someone who can knock her outside of her ultimate. That way her ultimate will deactivate. Ultimately, Camille is one of the most difficult champions to itemize against that I've ever seen. So play carefully and don't let her get on top of you and you'll be fine. Thank you for watching, and feel free to comment below on your thoughts for the new champion, Camille. I really would be interested in seeing those. I personally think that Riot should remove either her max health or her true damage, because having both makes her extremely difficult to itemize against. But that's just my opinion. I'd love to hear your thoughts. See you out on the Rift.